All right, good morning everyone. Welcome to the Autodesk Make an Impact how to win work and deliver your projects webinar. My name is Stephen Ellis. I'm the Australian and New Zealand Infrastructure Tech Specialist for Autodesk. Before we get started with the webinar, we just have some ground rules. Any questions you have throughout the webinar, please type them into the questions dialog box you have in your GoToWebinar. We will have some time at the end to answer any questions that you might have. So in today's agenda, we'll be running through the design project lifecycle from bid through to the design phase. And the bid phase, we'll take a look at how InfraWorks 360 can be used to quickly generate design options, assist in understanding the project, create compelling visuals to add impact to your bid presentations and documentation. Of course, you'll have won the project. In the design phase, we'll look at how you can migrate the design options from InfraWorks 360 into Civil 3D and progress through the detailed design. Use vehicle tracking to carry out swept path analysis. Then we'll see how Navisworks can be used to federate project data and carry out clash detections and construction simulation. Now, just before we get into the full webinar, I've got a couple of polls that I'd like to run with you. So the first one should be coming onto your screen in a second, so I'll just launch that. But the question is, what software are you using on your projects today? It's multiple pick. You can choose many, whatever you'd like to pick. Okay, fantastic. All right, I'm going to close that poll now. Thank you very much, everyone. And we have one more poll, and it's what is your company's level of BIM adoption? I'm just launching that now. It's a bit of a spread, and some more in the low area, which is fine, which is, I guess, why you're here, to hear how that all works. All right, so I'll close that poll and make sure we're back to the live webinar. Yep, there we go. All right. So first up, I'd just like to play you a short video showing the Autodesk vision for the future of infrastructure. The video focuses on InfraWorks 360 and how it can change the way that you design your projects. Now, there was meant to be some audio over the top of this, but unfortunately you're going to get to listen to me maybe ramble on for a little while during it. What we're doing here is really just setting the stage of the population, the spend on infrastructure, the amount of data that's out there for us to harness. And we're going to jump in really and look at a high level look at what InfraWorks 360 is able to do for you. It's definitely more than just a road design platform. It'll delve into all different areas of the engineering and civil infrastructure project life. Again, more than just design, it'll go into analysis of those designs and, of course, visualization of it. Looking at mobile technology and where that's taking us. So I hope that video gave you a little bit of an understanding of how Autodesk sees the future of infrastructure. So let's look at how you can make an impact in the most crucial phase of your projects, the bid phase. So let's look at some of the ways you could use infrastructure to help you win your next project. The ability to create in-context design data early in the bid phase of your projects is critical to gaining the edge over your competition. InfraWorks 360 gives you the ability to create data-rich, compelling visuals that can be added to your bid documentation, shared with your bid team, or even wider throughout your organizations. InfraWorks allows you to pull together a data set very, very quickly and has the tools designers and engineers need to capture those design ideas. So take your laptop with InfraWorks 360 into your next bid team meeting and sketch out yours and your team's ideas. Collaborate with your team and wider organisation. If you and your team understand and can better visualise the project early, you will be better equipped to formulate a winning bid. So let's look at how easy it is to set up your project and get your bid team involved in looking at your project sites. Using Model Builder, we can search for a project location. So here we're zooming into an area around the northern beaches of Sydney. There's a project going on here probably at the moment, I think. So you can see we can easily, off a map interface, just pick the area of project site we're interested to looking in. It can either be with a complex polygon like this. You can just use a rectangle, or you can even just use the window frame. Name your model. In this case, we've got Mona Vale Road here. Hit the Create button, and Model Builder will go off and pull down from the cloud all of the information that's available for that project site that you've selected. Once it's processed, your model will appear in the My Models area. An email alert will be sent to you as well. It's just going to pop up in that first panel in a few minutes, a few seconds. There we go. Click your project and open it, and that will pull down from the cloud all of the information that Model Builder's been able to find for us. As you can see, this is live, no time sped up, no skipping. This is how quick it is to get I think it's about a 2 kilometres of project downloaded. You see here, that's just the final thing that's going to download is the aerial imagery. And there we are. There's your model. It's got the roads, any other information that Model Builder's been able to hold. There's even some buildings in there. Obviously, if you're in a city, it would be a lot more densely populated, but we're in a bit of a rural setting here. And that's how quick and easy it is to create a start of a project that you can get designing on straight away. So as more project data becomes available to you, you can continue to build on your database. In this example here, we're looking at point cloud data coming from Recap and how it'll give you a much richer data experience in your projects. You can add detail also from other Autodesk products like Revit and Civil 3D. It'll also read in Esri shapefiles, DGNs, Oracle Database, ASC, LandAmp XML, and web mapping services, WMS. That was a bit of a mouthful there. You can see here we're just going to go through and display the different data that's in there. We're going to change to red all of the point clouds. So let's look at some design tools in InfraWorks 360. So in the latest update of InfraWorks 360, there have been several improvements to the intersection design and layout functionality. Here we can see how easy it is to design an intersection, and we're using component and design roads here. So it's simply a matter of clicking on-screen grips to to move or to create and to move those entities around. You can do that on screen, or you can also use the dialog box if you want to control your lane lengths and your tapers as well. So first we're looking at creating our left turn lanes on the mainline approach and on the side road. So that's its power. The grip and context sensitivity, it just, as soon as you pick a spot, it knows what you're going to need to do and allows those grips to fly up for you. Again, we're just entering in our length of widen lane and our transition length. And then we're going to go through and add our acceleration lane for that left turn from the side road. We can go in and set the radius of the turn lanes, either again via on-screen grips, or we can change that manually. Now, one of the latest features is being able to add in median turn lanes. Firstly, you just need to make sure that you have a wide enough median. I'm going for a 4.5 metre median here, so we can fit our 3.5 metre lane. Again, clicking context grips, dragging it out. Again, just making sure that we're getting our right dimensions in there. There you have it. That's how easy it is to create an intersection. InfraWorks 360 is not just for creating design roads and other civil infrastructure elements such as that. You can elaborate and take your design to the next level by adding coverage areas, water areas, vegetation and buildings. So in this video we're going to show how you can create some of those to create a much more immersive design, which will help you convey to your clients exactly that you know what they are after. So you can see here we're just creating a water area. It's basically just pulling a spline out by clicking polygon points. We did a coverage area first to change the aerial imagery to just a green grass style. I'm going to go in now and add a walk path. So again, it's not just roads. There's all sorts of design elements that can be added to the project. Next, we're going to go into the style palette and drag down some trees. I'm going to create this one just on a single run along the front of the road. I'm going to go back, change the style, and use a coverage area to produce this set of trees. You can then change the density and the dispersion of those trees. So you have a park created for maybe a subdivision development. So further to that, we can add buildings into here. Now you can select from the large range in the drop-down style menus, or you can import already created models from many different sources. You see here we're just adding our own building. Fits the context of what we're trying to show here a bit better. Very quick and easy. It's all scalable. Grip editing to rotate them around. Increase the level, move it. Make sure it's not floating above the earth there like it is. That's a bit better. I'm going to go over here and we're going to add a few just standard homes. Again, just showing the ease of import, the ability to rotate and to copy them around in this case. And of course, making sure they're not floating above the ground is always critical. So really all of these tools are just there to give you, to let you add the extra touch to your models and presentations. Of course, design ideas are not worth much if you cannot validate them. InfraWorks provides tools for things like traffic analysis to ensure that you can provide proofs of concept to your team and clients. Bridge design in InfraWorks 360 is quick and easy. There's a comprehensive catalogue of bridge types with ANZ-specific data. Styles are easily changed and updated to make it quick to evaluate different options throughout your bid phase or concept design phase, as well as giving you dynamic quantities early on in the project. So let's have a quick look at Model Builder. Bridge Designer. So you can see we're just going and editing the road and adding a bridge. And it's as simple as clicking the start chainage and end chainage. And that drops in a very basic standard bridge. Again, grip edit so that you can extend and shorten the starts and ends. You can also go into the style palette and change the bridge type. So here we're going to add the bridge parapets and guardrails, looking a little bit more like how a bridge should. You've got the ability to move piers around dynamically. Again, if you need to change waterway openings or you have set parameters that you need to follow, these can all be edited manually. Now, in terms of bridge design, we can go in and change the girder types. There's a wide range of types we can go from I-beams, box culverts, super T's. And once those elements are in place, they're all fully editable. You can change all of the different parameters from those super T or whatever component that you add to the model. Here we are editing those different values. You can save these off as well into the libraries once you've created different components, so they can be reused at a later date. Here's just showing quantities of that bridge. So yeah, that's how quick and easy it is to create data in InfraWorks 360. So you can also create movies that you can add to your presentations or as a backdrop to a presentation if you're going to be giving one for your bid. And you can add captions, titles, points of interest, watermarks. Really just the ability to add the finishing touch to your bid and show that you really understand what your clients are after. So of course you've won the project. But so you don't lose all that hard work collaborating. And we want to show now how you can move all of that great information that you've created into the next phase, the design phase. Autodesk provides a complete BIM for infrastructure software solution that utilizes intelligent tools to help you build and manage accurate 3D models, so you can better understand and communicate project risk, intent and options before the project is built. Maintain more consistent data in context and process across the project lifecycle. Respond more quickly to change with processes that are smarter, faster and mobile. Better predict project outcomes. So Infrastructure Design Suite lets you use the same consistent multidiscipline model throughout the project lifecycle without the need of having to recreate data. We can build up our models across a wide range of disciplines such as survey, total stational point clouds, civil design, geospatial, utilities and structural information. We can combine this data into a single source of truth. The multidiscipline model can be modified and refined throughout the project and then used to create visualizations, documentation and estimates, as well as used to perform clash detection and 4D scheduling, all of which help minimize the risk of finding problems once construction begins. This model can then be used post-construction and used in the maintenance and operation of the facility. So Civil 3D has direct import from InfraWorks 360 capabilities, using a very simple wizard allowing you to pull your project data into your Civil 3D workspace. No need to rebuild data. You can also link the Civil 3D designs back into InfraWorks 360 to visualize the detailed designs throughout your design process. So in this video, we'll see how easy it is to manage your design data between InfraWorks 360 and Civil 3D. You can link your design into Civil 3D, which is what we're doing here. Here's our design alignments in Civil 3D. Just applying the corridor to that. Now we can come back into InfraWorks 360 and we're going to link that Civil 3D model that came from InfraWorks in the beginning back into InfraWorks. So now this is looking into Civil 3D to get its design components. So in Civil 3D now, we're going to go through and make a change to this alignment. Bit of a rough road design there, but that's okay. Just giving the idea. Now we'll move back into InfraWorks, refresh those models, and there they are. It's a great way to continue your visualization through the detailed design phase and keep it all looking the same. Civil 3D also manages the import of many common industry file types such as land XML, point clouds, GIS data, as well as 12D and MX Genios, so you can build a data-rich project base. Here are some of the creating and editing tools available within Civil 3D. We can add boundaries, break lines, contours, DWG objects, point groups, and raw survey data. We can edit those, adding boundaries, swapping edges, raising and lowering, smoothing, and simplifying. These operations get stored in the surface object itself and can be changed, and we can change the order of these operations. We can also switch them on and off should we want to preview an operation. With the Infrastructure Design Suite, you can more easily manage and administer different drafting standards for different clients. With AutoCAD Civil 3D software, layer, style, and visibility standards are built into the creation of design elements and plan sheets. This gives you more time to spend optimizing the design and less time worrying about what the drawings should look like. Standards are easily imported and modified, so when standards change, you can easily update all drawings to reflect the update. So let's look at some of the design capabilities. Civil 3D can create many different alignment types, including centerline, offset, curb returns, rail, and just general miscellaneous alignments, as well as providing the ability to use criteria-based design conforming to Austroad's design standards. You'll also notice that the alignments can be automated to any label style we can imagine, and these alignment label styles are dynamically follow the alignment as we move them around. The standard Autocad Offset command allows you to set out our construction lines from Civil 3D alignments. In this example above, the northbound alignment was initially set out. The construction lines were offset from the Civil 3D alignment using standard Autocad Offset commands. This has provided guidelines for the setting out of the southbound carriageway control. We then complete the design layout by creating the side road alignments connecting to the through road alignments. Assemblies and sub-assemblies are the basic building blocks of the roadway corridor model, using intelligent components to allow some complex decision-making within our corridor model. Sub-assemblies are built up using a series of points, links, and shapes. The links form the cross-sectional elements, points are strung together to form our longitudinal feature lines, and shapes for the solids that make up the roadway elements, such as subbase, SMZ, curbs, etc. Some of the sub-assembly types that ship with Civil 3D are lanes, shoulders, curb and gutter, medians, batters and daylighting, pavement reconditions, as well as many generic and conditional templates. The Civil 3D corridor is where we bring all the components together to build our 3D model. It is a combination of horizontal alignment, vertical profiles, assemblies, and target surfaces. So here we'll look at a quick run through of the main intersection model that we just saw previously and step through how we build up our data to create the full 3D model. So we're going to begin with our through lanes, add the turn lanes, and we add the intersection crossing pavements, we're adding the depressed medians, add the side road pavements. We build out the curb returns. Now these can be done several different ways. There's an intersection wizard that can be used to develop those, or we can use more complex set out methods where we design those elements individually and then apply different settings to them. We duplicate that process and create the eastern side of the road. We then add all of our earthworks and daylighting, and then finally we add the median islands. Now it's important to note that all of these elements are dynamically linked, and any changes to them will be reflected throughout the project. Setting up plan and profile sheets in Civil 3D is a simple matter of moving to the Outputs tab on the ribbon and selecting Create View Frames. We can then move through the wizard, adjusting parameters such as selecting an alignment, drawing template, profile views to associate with the sheets. In Civil 3D, we'll create the view frames and match lines. These frames can then be edited manually, i.e. you can move them, slide them along the alignments, do some rotating of the frame along the alignments as well. When we are satisfied with the view frame layouts, we simply hit Create Sheets. Similar to the cross-section sheets, Civil 3D generates a series of plans and profiles and associates them to a .dst file. Civil 3D automates the process of section sheet generation with simple workflows to use through wizards. The data we generate here is dynamically linked back to the 3D model so that any changes made in the model are reflected in these sections. Not only does this save time, but reduces the risk of issuing out-of-date design information. For the section sheets wizard, this is a single panel dialog that allows us to export our dynamic cross sections to AutoCAD, creating again a .dst sheet file set and all of the subsequent layouts. Now let's look at some analysis tools. Autodesk Vehicle Tracking has powerful features to simplify preliminary layouts of roundabout geometry. The rapid editing ability of the single geometrically constrained roundabout object makes it viable to explore multiple design solutions. Autodesk Vehicle Tracking uses established OSRO's design standards to create all of the necessary geometry, which, if done manually, is a time-consuming and tedious process and would have to be redone over and over again as there are no dynamic links. On-screen grip editing ensures that further refinements to the roundabout geometry can be made quickly and easily. And as it's built in with Autodesk vehicle tracking, swept path analysis is very simple, as you can see in the video. We can then select that 2D layout and have Autodesk vehicle tracking create the 3D model for us with all of the corridors linked. Autodesk Vehicle Tracking 2016 is a design solution for swept path vehicle analysis of any steered vehicle, including trucks, service vehicles, cars, airplanes, plus many others, both in 2D and 3D. Vehicle tracking also provides flexible dynamic roundabout and parking layout tools to allow quick design iterations. Vehicle tracking is an essential addition to your current Autodesk civil infrastructure software portfolio, providing benefits to civil engineering teams working on transport and site designs. So now let's look at the coordination models and federating data from Navisworks and in Navisworks. So Autocad Civil 3D can reference Navisworks models directly. This is an excellent feature that allows you to harness the federated models contained in Navisworks to ensure you're always designing with the latest data. You may be working on a plant site or a mine site or a hospital refurb, and you can pull all of that data in from Revit structure files, from the 60+ file types that Navisworks can read. It's a great way to just ensure that your design is in context. Utilising the 3D models produced in design, teams can identify and resolve issues virtually before breaking ground by visualising projects holistically, modelling constructability, and performing clash detection. Navisworks Simulate, available as part of the Infrastructure Design Suite Standard and Premium editions, and Navisworks Manage, available as part of the Infrastructure Design Suite Ultimate edition, can use model data from Civil 3D, aggregated with information from other sources, over 50 different file formats, including Revit structure, to help engineers minimise errors by performing simulations and analysis before construction begins. If any clashes are identified in Navisworks Manage, the switchback link to the dynamic Civil 3D model enables engineers to more quickly update designs and related documentation. This improves coordination between designers and construction teams, leading to a reduction of time and cost-intensive change orders. When it is time to break ground, enhanced 3D models can be used to sequence construction activities and guide construction equipment. With Autodesk Navisworks software products, project engineers can visualize 4D sequencing to help improve staging and scheduling. This can help speed project completion by reducing idle time for workers while helping to better predict leasing, maintenance, and fuel costs for the construction equipment. All right, so that brings me to the end of the project lifecycle there. I'd just like to put in a quick plug for a few other webinars that are coming up. We have Revit for InfraWorks, Workflows for Civil Engineers on the 23rd of March. There's an Intro to Revit and 3D Workflows, and Do the BIM Possible. I do love that saying there. Solutions for the construction industry. That's on April the 20th. Also some additional resources. If you go to the ANZ Autodesk YouTube channel. There's the link there. Many more webinars just like this one are posted up there, as well as other information. This webinar will be posted there shortly as well. There are my contact details, my email and my LinkedIn contact are there. So I guess now we'll jump over for questions. I might just put it back to the contact and additional resources page if you need to get those down. So if you have any questions, put them into the questions panel. Just opening that up now. Oh, my apologies. Was there a lot of lag? Oh, good, Adrian, only at the start. Okay. The lag was real at the start. Sorry, Adrian, you also asked, what's the LOD? Sorry, what are you asking there? Level of detail. So in the very initial model from InfraWorks, so that will bring in the terrain data. It'll use Bing Maps for the roadways, USADA data, I think, for the leveling. The aerial maps were the aerial imagery was from Bing Maps as well. So we'll pull all that data down, and that's your starting point. In terms of its accuracy, it's reasonable. I don't know the exact level. I might even get back to you on that of an exact plus or minus that those levels will give us, but it changes all over the place. You can, however, get from, it's a program called, or project called Elvis from the Australian Geospatial Science Industry, and they have 5 meter DM point cloud of the whole of Australia that can now be brought down for free. So that's definitely a good place to go and look for data to supplement your information. But I'll get back to you on the exact level of detail of those surfaces. Not getting any other questions out there. I must have cleared everything up. I'll take down my email address there, and if you do have any further questions, please don't hesitate to get in contact with us. Are we going to be running any workshops? At this stage, I'm not exactly sure what our schedules would be for anything like that. But Adrian, what I might do is I might get in contact with you directly. So if you want to either send me an email there, or I imagine I can probably get your email through the webinar process, and I can get back in contact with you with the best ways that you can find out that information. Also, the YouTube site has quite a lot of I guess more in-depth information about InfraWorks and some of the other processes we were looking at there. Okay, so Nancy asked a question: the restriction or requirements of Austroads are a library that can be downloaded from Autodesk, or it must be uploaded. Okay, now, so for Civil 3D, I think you're probably talking Civil 3D and Austroads. We have a country kit that we send with, or that's available with the purchase. That has all of the Austroads, some RMS functionality as well. It's not something. It's something that's provided by Autodesk. It's not an upload from the users. No. Particularly the Autodesk vehicle tracking, that is all built directly into the software. It's not a download. It's just there. It's in the software. I'll give it one more minute and see if there's any further questions. All right, everyone, I might wrap it up there. So like I said, you'll find this on the ANZ YouTube channel shortly. Thank you for your time. Have a great afternoon. Thank you.